Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a diehard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. What's up, Cowboys Nation? We have breaking news coming out of Dallas that could shake up the entire NFL landscape. The Cowboys might be making a move that no one saw coming, and it involves none other than DeMarcus Lawrence, the heart and soul of the Cowboys defense. The rumors have been swirling for weeks, but now we have concrete updates on what's about to go down. Will the Cowboys really trade one of their defensive superstars? Has DeMarcus Lawrence already made his final decision? We're breaking it all down for you, so make sure you stay tuned till the end because you don't want to miss a single detail on this major developing story. So, let's talk about how we even got here. DeMarcus Lawrence has been a key part of the Dallas Cowboys defense for years, known for his relentless pass rushing ability and his leadership on the field. He's been one of the most feared defensive ends in the league, constantly disrupting quarterbacks and setting the tone for the entire Dallas defense. But as we all know, the NFL is a business, and sometimes tough decisions have to be made. Rumors have been swirling that the Cowboys might be considering moving on from Lawrence, either due to financial reasons, cap space concerns, or even just to shake things up on defense. And now, it looks like those whispers are turning into something much bigger. Insiders close to the situation are reporting that the Cowboys have been exploring trade options for Lawrence, and there are teams out there that are seriously interested in acquiring the star defensive end. When you have a player of Lawrence's caliber, you can bet that multiple teams are willing to make a move to bring him in. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Sources say that Lawrence himself has been contemplating his future in Dallas, and there's a chance that he may have already made up his mind about whether he wants to stay or go. Let's take a look at some of the reasons why the Cowboys might actually consider making this move. First and foremost, salary cap space is always a factor in these types of decisions. Lawrence signed a massive 5-year, $105 million contract with the Cowboys back in 2019, which included $65 million guaranteed. That's a huge investment in a defensive player, and while Lawrence has certainly been productive, there's always the question of whether the team is getting enough value for that kind of money. With the Cowboys needing to make decisions on other key players and positions, could moving on from Lawrence free up much-needed cap space to strengthen other areas of the team? Another factor is age and durability. While Lawrence is still an elite talent, he's also getting older, and injuries have taken a toll over the years. The Cowboys could be looking at this as a way to get younger on defense and ensure they're set up for long-term success, rather than holding on to a veteran player who might not be able to sustain his current level of play for much longer. We've seen this kind of move happen before in the NFL, where teams decide to trade a star player a year early rather than a year too late. But here's the big question: where could Lawrence end up if the Cowboys do decide to pull the trigger on a trade? Well, there are a few teams that make a lot of sense. One team that immediately comes to mind is the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are always looking to beef up their defense, and adding a player like Lawrence to their already strong defensive unit could make them an even bigger force in the AFC. Another team to watch is the Chicago Bears. The Bears have been rebuilding their defense, and Lawrence would be a perfect fit in their scheme. Plus, with a young quarterback like Caleb Williams potentially coming in, the Bears might want to stack their defense to make sure they can stay competitive. And then there's the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins have been aggressive in building their roster, and adding a dominant pass rusher like Lawrence could push them over the top in the AFC. Imagine a defense featuring both Bradley Chubb and DeMarcus Lawrence coming off the edge. That would be an absolute nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. Miami has the cap space and the draft capital to make a deal happen, so this is definitely a situation to keep an eye on. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. What does Lawrence actually want? According to sources, Lawrence is well aware of the trade rumors and has been discussing his future with those close to him. From what we're hearing, he loves Dallas and wants to remain with the Cowboys, but he also understands the business side of things. He's not opposed to exploring other opportunities if it means getting the right situation for himself and his career. That means, if the Cowboys do decide to trade him, Lawrence is going to want to go to a contender, a team that has a legitimate shot at making a deep playoff run. So what's next? Well, we could see some movement on this situation very soon. The NFL offseason is in full swing, and teams are making big moves left and right. If the Cowboys are serious about trading Lawrence, we could see a deal happen before the draft, which would allow Dallas to get valuable picks in return. Or they might wait until training camp to see how things play out. Either way, this is a story that Cowboys fans need to be paying close attention to because it could have major implications for the team moving forward. And let's be real, if the Cowboys do decide to move on from Lawrence, what does that mean for their defense? They would need to find a way to replace his production, and that's not an easy task. They could look to the draft to find a young pass rusher, or they might try to bring in a veteran free agent to fill the void. But one thing's for sure, if Lawrence is gone, the Cowboys' defense is going to look very different next season. And then there's the unthinkable option, trading him. Now, before Cowboys fans lose their minds, let's just consider it as a hypothetical. If the Cowboys feel like they can't afford to give Parsons the deal he wants, they could explore trading him while his value is at its peak. Imagine the kind of return they could get: multiple first-round picks, star players, and cap flexibility. Teams around the league would line up for a chance to acquire a generational defensive talent like Parsons. But would that really be worth it? You don't just replace a guy like Micah Parsons. Players like him don't come around often, and moving on from him would be a massive gamble for the Cowboys. So, Cowboys fans, what do you think? Should Dallas really trade DeMarcus Lawrence, or is this a move that they'll regret down the line? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because this is a discussion that's just getting started. And as always, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you never miss any breaking Cowboys news. We'll keep you updated on this developing story, so stay locked in right here for all the latest updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.